So this post went everywhere yesterday, and I wanted to talk about it. This individual right here is Stevy Chassard, who's the monetization director at Ubisoft, and they posted this on their LinkedIn a week after a press conference from Ubisoft basically said, "Hey guys, we're fucking up. Star Wars Outlaws launch was a lot softer than we expected. We've gotten news of the stock being a decade all-time low. There's a board of investigation going on with the directors at Ubisoft looking into, like, I guess, internal review situations at the company. It's a sinking ship. It's a sinking ship with Assassin's Creed Shadows also being delayed. But this guy literally had a meltdown. And as with any case, if you're a Wokey, if you're infected with DEI, you blame gamers. You blame video gamers for everything going wrong instead of looking at yourself as a company, as an individual, and owning up that your company just sucks. That you guys are more worried about everything but making good video games. So a lot of people gave their thoughts and opinion on this. I wanted to touch on it. You can see right at the beginning, he's already gaslighting, saying, "I rarely post on social media, but today I'm sad, ashamed and sad." What are you ashamed about? What are you sad about? That the gig is up? That nobody's buying into the DEI nonsense anymore? This modern audience that you guys pander to does not show up. That's why Outlaws barely sold 1 million. I mean, literally 1 million copies with one of the biggest franchises in the world, Star Wars, and it fucking flopped. And who knows how much money Ubisoft lost on it. We're already seeing Skull and Bones cost Ubisoft over $500 million. We're seeing reports that this company could be reaching bankruptcy soon. We're seeing that minor investors and stockholders are demanding that they go private or they sell. We've seen rumors of them might firing like 30 to 40% of their workforce. This is trouble. And it only comes down to you guys. Only comes down to you guys and your fault, not gamers. But of course, they blame it on gamers. So you can see the gaming industry is rough at the moment. We all know it. But seeing how gamers, see, it's in quotation marks, right? This is what the people do. When they're upset, they blame gamers or grifters. That's what it is. And then they attack. They say that these gamers and grifters don't play video games, that all they do is just post negativity. No. All you little progressive wokies, you're the ones that spit the venom. You're the ones that put the tweets out there antagonizing people. You're the ones that direct hate towards your consumers. A customer is always right. If a customer is not wanting a video game or not liking something that you're doing, they have every right to sit and bitch and complain about it because they're spending their money on it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be a gamer that's a real gamer that plays all this shit to have an opinion to make something. Anytime I see somebody say that grifters don't play video games or that, these people aren't real gamers, I cringe inside. There's nothing worse than gatekeeping by people that are ruining the gaming industry, people that turn a blind eye, people that try to inject woke, forced narratives, political agendas, ideologies, you name it. Everything that we bitch about on this channel doesn't mean I hate video games because I'm sitting here giving my opinion. It's my right to be able to sit here and complain about stuff. But according to people like Stevy, it's negativity and it's gamers that are reacting on social media, wishing ill fate. He says it right here, to companies and people alike is sad, and not only towards Ubisoft. So he's saying about everything. Typical wokey that's going to sit here and cry about backlash. But these guys could write hateful stuff about Trump, about right-wingers, about conservatives, about white people, about games that aren't woke. They could say everything else on their soapbox, but when it goes outside of their echo chamber, it's a problem. It's wishing ill fate to companies. Nobody wants Ubisoft to fail. I don't want Ubisoft to fail. I want them to correct their course. I want them to make great games again. I want journalism like Kotaku to be a good journalism website with some integrity. I'm not over here wanting people to lose their jobs, okay? I don't understand why it's a grift if it's something that they don't like. If it's an opinion you guys don't like, and that's what it is. If it was the other way around, if I was calling out white people and saying that people need to be represented with woke ideologies and shit, you guys would be game for it. That's the problem, right? Now you can see they continue on saying, even though it's always the vocal minority that expresses themselves on social media, I was hurt and ashamed to be a part of this community. No, the people that are calling this out are not the vocal minority. They're the majority. The majority of gamers don't want this DEI bullshit. That's why all of Ubisoft is fucking floundering right now. You guys are scrambling. You guys are literally drowning in the ocean right now, thinking that it's the minority, the vocal minority. No, the vocal minority is the cancel culture woke mob that try to cancel gamers, try to cancel streamers, try to cancel video game software studios. I don't understand why they think that they're the majority. The majority of people don't want DEI. That's why Suicide Squad failed. That's why Concord failed. That's why Dustborn failed. That's the minority. That's why that failed. Going on, they say, what is even more revolting is coming on LinkedIn and seeing the same comments from people within the industry. On top of exposing yourself as a clearly non-decent human being, you are affecting thousands of employees that are already impacted by all the hate despite doing their best to deliver incredible experiences. They're not doing all their best. They're more worried about everything but doing their best. And again, consumers have the right to give an opinion about that. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's wrong. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean they're not non-decent human beings. You're literally calling your customers non-decent human beings. Think about that for a second. And you're wondering why people aren't buying your games anymore. They go on to say, how can you wish a company to fail simply because they do not cater to you? Or that the product does not please you is beyond me. Imagine making a service or a product and deliberately saying, we're not going to cater to people with what we make. How do you expect to have a successful business model if you're not catering to your main demographic, your main consumer, and you're only catering to a small modern audience that's not supporting you anyway? How do you expect to be sustainable? You're supposed to cater to who your main demographic is. If your main demographic is clearly tuning out of your games because you're putting woke bullshit in it, if your main demographic doesn't want anything to do with Assassin's Creed Shadow or Star Wars Outlaws, maybe you should take a look at yourself and be like, fuck, I shouldn't be writing that that they want my company to fail because we don't cater to them. You're supposed to cater to your customers. That's how it works. And if you don't like your customers, then you're in the wrong business. Go make something else. Now, going on, they say, we're all in the same boat. Please, please, please stop spreading hate. We should all uplift each other instead of bringing each other down. It's almost like this guy's not self-aware that Ubisoft has a mentorship program that clearly excludes men from it. It's for women and non-binaries. I guess he hasn't read any of the manuals that are promoting all this woke ideology. I guess he's not aware of how the gaming industry has lots of bad faith actors involved in it that are vile and disgusting, but it's always blamed on gamers. And this is going to be another nail in the coffin, guys. The more that these people come out, attack gamers, make excuses, say stuff like this, the worse it's just going to get for them. Especially because people like me and others, we're freaking making our own opinion about it and projecting all this out there. Like if they want their consumers to be happy, they need to stop saying stupid shit like this. Am I wrong? Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. Subscribe if you're brand new. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.